Hey everyone, it's Jansen here, and I'm just recording a very quick video to talk about a piece of news that was released by Amazon this morning that, upon first glance, might seem quite positive, but having read into it in a bit more detail, I don't actually think it is that positive overall. So let's just talk about what has actually been said by Amazon. It's this piece of news here, and it's basically saying that from the 22nd of April, accounts are no longer going to be subject to ASIN level quantity limits for all products. So if you are new to the Amazon FBA world, last August 2020, Amazon introduced a restriction that basically said for all new listings, all new ASINs, the maximum amount that you could send in initially was going to be 200 units. And then once you had kind of proven that the product could sell, the amount that you could send in would increase according to the level of your sales velocity. So initially you could send in 200 units, and then if you sold out of all of those in a week, in all likelihood, your limit would increase to, say, 1,000. So that restriction has now been dropped. And when I first saw this announcement this morning, I thought that is fantastic, brilliant. I can now send in all of the products that I've got in external third-party warehouses that I'm currently using. However, having come into the Amazon seller dashboard, I thought rather than just read this, I'm actually going to actually check and see if I can send in as many units as I want to. And when I've gone into my inventory dashboard, I've seen here I've got a positive inventory performance index, which means that my storage limits are unlimited. However, you can see here it says restock limits. You have reached the maximum inventory level allowed for one of the storage types. And when I saw that, I thought, hang on, what does that actually mean? I've clicked into it, and you can see here it's saying that I've got 7,211 units at an Amazon warehouse out of a total allowance of 6,699. So I roll my mouse over here, it's saying I can't ship anything in. And it basically, having looked into this in a bit more detail, this announcement here is basically nonsense. What they're saying is, instead of you having a limit per ASIN, so being allowed to send in 200 units per product, now it is being set as a total, which for me is not good news, because I was planning on launching a couple of new products, and at the moment I wouldn't be allowed to send either of those in. On the old system, I would have been allowed to send in 200 units of each, see how they sold, and then the limits for each would have been increased. But this new change now means that the limit is just being set in total, which isn't great for me. So before you guys do start getting really excited about this announcement that got sent out, I would say come into Amazon Seller Central. You want to go in inventory and then inventory planning. And then as soon as that loads, go into performance, and then you will see here at the bottom what your restriction is. Now, because this has only just been released, I don't actually know what the limit will be for brand new sellers, but let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know what your restrictions are, whether you're allowed to send anything in additional to what you had before. What I will say is, I could be a minority here. The reason that this is so high is because I've got a new shipment being arriving imminently, and I maxed out all of my limits a few days ago when I was creating my shipment plans. So that's the reason. But it is a little frustrating for me, because you can see I'm about 600 over what I'm actually allowed to send in, which means I'm going to have to do some serious selling in the next few days if I want to get my brand new products sent to Amazon. So unfortunately, the good news, what might have seemed as good news initially, to me, isn't that great. It might be to you guys that have that are sending in smaller quantities. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I thought as soon as I saw this, I need to get a video out, because there's a lot of people in the groups that are announcing, saying there's no restrictions. It's fantastic news. And I was the exact same. As soon as I saw that announcement, I thought this is brilliant. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and I will see you next time.